Exactly.
It's 100% the psychology, the money. And suddenly, like, just was coming so much money out of nowhere. The best way to know something, if it works or not, is
to try.
Yeah, it was an attack.
What?
Attack from competitors, haters, threatening me that I need to hire a lawyer. And that was actually the biggest motivation. Money will follow the value, always.
Exactly. Hello, Giannis Andreou. Welcome to DBC Founders Show. How are you today?
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here. I'm pretty good.
Very good. So tell us about yourself. What do you do in Dubai? Do you live here or are you just visiting Dubai?
I live here in the last 2.5 years. I grew up in Greece and now I run my businesses here in Dubai.
What is your business?
Everything is around the crypto.
Okay.
I'm personally a social media influencer. I do create content around cryptocurrencies and I run some businesses also around it, such as a marketing agency here in Dubai. And also I have a Bitcoin mining business in Dubai as well.
So you have 3 businesses, your YouTube show, your Bitcoin mining, and your marketing agency for crypto companies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. How did you start your first one? Which one is your first?
So the first one is the social media content. I started since 2017, but just like with few videos. And I started doing content for crypto by the end of 2020 when the bull run started, actually the last one. Yeah, and then I started building especially around the crypto. And before I was doing different other business activities.
Nice. And what bring you to move to Dubai?
Well, the tax-free, the business hub, because it's now like the new Switzerland, the Dubai. And
the new Zug.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And the clarity on the crypto regulations, and that I don't have to be worried about taxing and how I'm going to tax or what should I report or not, all this stuff. So this freedom of operating and doing business and investing and not have to be worried about all that. It was the most attractive thing to move here.
That's amazing. And how much, if you don't mind me asking, how much is corporate tax in Greece?
The corporate tax, it depends on the amount. It's from 20 to 40%. But mostly was worrying me the personal income that I was getting from investing in cryptocurrencies and then different new business activities, which are usually not so much recognized and regulated all over Europe.
Okay, that's why you moved here. Welcome to Dubai. Yeah. And so tell us more about your background. When you grew up, do you have any siblings? Which kind of family environment you grew up with? What your parents, they were doing, before?
Mm-hmm. I would say that I grew up in a very great family in general, but when it comes to the money into the business, of course, there was not the proper education because also they received the wrong education itself. And so, that this is transferred from one to another. And my family, I love my family, and I think was great and helped me and supported me always until now. And I do visit them often and I support my family. But when it comes to the money, it was not just my family, but also the whole environment around me was with a poor mindset, which always puts stops and barriers that you cannot do this, it's impossible, there's going to be only certain people that can be rich, and there should be always poor people in order to have rich, all the wrong informations to stop you from doing something.
Wow.
And I had to break these barriers by just going out and looking myself and trying to search and to see what's really possible and what's not.
So how did you break it? Because this is the most difficult part usually. If you have strong family, they're pulling you to their mindset and then to run away or to grow, basically, to grow yourself.
Yeah.
How did you pull away?
I would say just something here that I think that is mostly as a thought, like family and social, because it's like kind of an agreement as a social wrong information, because it's the entire environment that usually gives this wrong financial education. So I think it started from being from not being satisfied with the way that I was living and disagreeing with that. You should have a strong disagreement if it doesn't fit to you. So I disagreed to not have the life that I deserve because I believe that it's something more possible, and like if some other people have done it, why cannot also? And also that I wanted to take care of my family and to provide them a better life.
Yeah, that's very true. And so I want to go deeper on this. Okay,
sure.
when I assume you had a job before you started your business, or you never had a job?
I had a job. I did
Okay.
different jobs, like regular jobs that people would do. But I started very early from my 18 to search. So I read a lot of books, personal development books, financial books, etc. Some of the books that really helped me from the beginning was especially those from Robert Kiyosaki, for example, the Rich Dad and Poor Dad, which teaches the basic fundamentals of like really what's money and how you should think about money. Another one book which shows the 4 categories of employee, self-employed, businessman and investor. So since 2011, I started thinking then to move from employer to businessman, and in the end to be an investor, because that's actually the better quality of life and the freedom.
Yeah.
And I did read a lot. And also one of the books that helped me is Think and Grow Rich.
Oh, I love that book by Napoleon Hill.
Exactly.
I love that book.
I think it's the #1 book that everybody should read and start with it. And then everything else as a mechanics, it comes right after that. Some people would say that it's 50% psychology and 50% action, or they would put different percentage. Personally, I believe that it's 100% in your mind. Because if you set up here, then the actions will just flow itself.
Exactly.
It's 100% psychology, the money.
Yeah. So
and sorry, just wanted to add something more that. And it's very important to read this book and to start from this book, because and that one you actually learn how to desire, how to ask for what you want. And the majority of the people, especially the young people, have been somehow taught from the society and from the school that it's impossible. You cannot. So like they don't believe that they can achieve something. And it's very important to start creating a burning desire, as it explains on that book. And then that's one will move
chapter.
you. Exactly. Then that one will move you into the action to achieve it.
And what's the name of your book?
The name of my book is The Ultimate Guide to Cryptocurrency.
Oh, wow.
I do have tens of thousands of hours experience on research, analysis, and investment myself as well. So I gather all that in 2022 as a book. I published it first in Greece. In Greek, it's named the Bible of Cryptocurrency there.
Oh, wow.
And I translated and I published it here in UAE. In UAE, it's available also in Amazon.
It's in English or Arabic?
It's in English.
English, perfect.
Maybe in the future also in Arabic.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the book from you. So back to that. And when was the first time you quit your job and you start your first career?
I quit back at 2013.
13. And the first company you created was a YouTube channel?
My first company was around 2016. First, I tried to experiment with different ways to earn money from internet. So I started looking into the affiliate marketing, sales, and drop shipping. I did a lot of sales on eBay. I think eBay and Amazon FBA, which is
what were you
famous.
selling on eBay?
Well, everything from furnitures and kid stuff, kitchen stuff, anything that was hot in the market. Actually, that was getting sold there. We were just selling as well, me and my team. And it was very successful from 2013 until 2018 for 5 years. I think I sold something around 10,500 different products.
Wow.
But that business model then stopped being so much attractive and profitable. And then I start jumping to different things, sales again, and also on the crypto. I started researching the crypto, started investing. And then when the pandemic started in the 2020, everybody was at home. So then I just started doing some videos. Yeah, I just started doing some videos, mostly from some people that they asked me about crypto.
Okay.
And I uploaded on YouTube, and suddenly this video started getting thousands of views.
Wow.
Yeah. And suddenly my investment started picking up, like 10, 20, 30x, etc. And suddenly like just was coming so much money out of nowhere. It was kind of, honestly, like kind of shocking, but in a good way,
Yeah. But how did you start your YouTube channel? You did it at home?
Yeah, it was actually like, if you see my first videos was pretty poor and terrible because, and that's something that I think it was better than I started, even with that quality, than not starting, because something that stops the majority of the people to
start.
It's just the start. Yeah. You don't have to be perfect.
Exactly.
And when I saw my videos years later, I actually felt ashamed. Like
you felt ashamed?
Yeah, when I saw years later that, oh my God, I had done this video and published on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's the first.
Exactly.
I mean, look at all the supermodels. Their first catwalk is all horrible.
Yeah.
And then look at them now after 2 or 3 years,
Exactly.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I was doing first some videos about sales on eBay, Amazon, and some other technical digital stuff around the internet. And, then I had like 500, 700 subscribers, but I never planned to become a YouTuber. I always wanted to give lectures to educate because I kind of like have this as a talent, let's say. I have mastered this talent. I like to provide, to help, to communicate with people. And I remember that I was doing those videos and they were picking up some views, etc. But I never imagined, and I was never planning to become a YouTuber or crypto
but that was your hobby.
Guru, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
I started as a hobby, actually.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we do, most of us. So like in life, I met so many entrepreneurs. And when you ask them, how do you start your business to become so big? They would be like, it was just a hobby. And next question. So how did you manage the finance from the beginning when you start your company?
Well, it was difficult because I was doing a lot of changes and trying different stuff. So one thing that I liked, and it was my passion, was to deliver seminars. And I was doing seminars, delivering seminars in Greece to hundreds of people, sometimes even thousands of people at hotel conferences, you know. Live events on teaching on marketing, on sales, eBay, Amazon, etc., and social media. And I also actually wrote another book years ago about social media in Greek, and also had some courses. And I'd like to do that, But I was experimenting with different stuff and trying to see what's the most profitable way to scale, etc. Because it was everything self-taught and created from scratch. And it was also like I was also discovering everything myself. So I never had somebody to come to show me like, you can do this way and just do it. I was always searching to find this solution. And
do you search online?
Yeah, now like those days, and actually in the last 15 years, you have everything online.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just takes you to sit down and search for it.
Yeah.
Everything that you have that you will find out now, you're going to find also on the internet.
Yeah.
So. And it took me some time and some sacrifices. I stopped having these Friday nights and Saturday nights. I dedicated on really learning what's going on. Spent a lot of time on that to see what is possible and to experiment with different ways. Because another thing is that when I see something and I'm interested on it, and I don't know 100% if it's going to work or not, but I get into the action and I try it.
Yeah.
Because the best way to know something, if it works or not, is to
try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will never find out, and if you don't try it. And I don't believe so much in this thing, this thing as a failure, it's called, because is a progress, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna earn something. You're gonna probably you're gonna earn that time doing that activity, or knowledge and experience, and you can convert it into something else later on. You know?
It's true. It's a lesson.
Exactly, and action will never be loss. It will be just profit.
Yeah. So, what was your biggest challenge when you build up your channel? Do you get, because I know a lot of YouTubers, they have, some of the comments are very aggressive, I don't know if you have this experience.
I had, yeah. The first thing I remember, I think was February of 2021.
Wow.
I did, yeah.
You remember the month? That's insane. Because I guess that's you still remember the feeling, I guess. Yeah.
I remember I did my first 20 or 25 videos about crypto. I'm like, what else I'm going to upload? But it looks like people are asking. Like I had so much messages and the videos were getting thousands of views. I'm like, let me do this thing, now that I'm in a quarantine. And the first thing I had immediately after 20 videos, it was an attack. What? Attack from competitors, haters, threatening me that I need to hire a lawyer or that I'm a fraud and they should not watch me, and so I was like, what the hell is going on?
But they write on public comments, or they send you
even
a
likes
DM.
or in groups and trying to push people away from my channel, just out of nowhere.
And what did you do? What did you react?
My reaction is that, okay, I'm going to keep doing that more and more now. And that was actually the biggest motivation.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is the number one successful action. This how you beat the hate. It's different when is a critic about something, and I have done mistakes, and I have see the comments. I have actually correct my content based on the comments of my audience. What I have seen
the
from
good,
them.
the good ones.
Yeah, because they are good people that they will give you a feedback that will help. But it's very, very clear to separate the hate from the feedback.
Yeah.
And my answer was like to just be more and more there. And then it's when I committed to do every single day video to upload on my YouTube channel.
So you become more productive after the haters.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's for me also, it's an inspiration instead of a bad thing.
Yeah, and sometimes it's actually the biggest motivation because it like push you, makes you angry to break through and to achieve. And usually these haters and these people who criticize are the ones who believe from themselves that they cannot do it.
They couldn't do it. Yeah.
And they push that on you.
Yeah. Nice. And tell me about your marketing agency. What does your marketing agency do, and who are your clients? You don't have to say the names. You just
it's fine,
you can tell me the industries.
So my marketing agency is focused on the blockchain and crypto. So we provide marketing services on social media and listing on exchanges and PR marketing sometimes, this kind of stuff. And my clients are exchanges, crypto projects, valuable crypto projects, and
Oh, nice. And do they also want you to be on the show, on your show, to talk about their projects?
Yeah, we do. I do sometimes also some interviews with the CEOs of different crypto projects or exchanges. I have done several ones in the past, and also those interviews are on my channel, on my YouTube channel as well.
And also, I have the last questions. What's the most important lesson you've learned since you moved to Dubai for 2.5 years?
On the money perspective or business or what?
You can go with money, and then you can go with as your business development.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the business and money, the number one lesson that I have learned is that if you have to provide value, you have to provide solution, not just an idea that maybe something can be done in the future, but now a solution. Money will follow the value always.
Exactly.
If you bring value to the market, you're gonna make money. It's easy to monetize it once you bring the value, because you're going to create the demand. And what I see as mistake from many salespeople or entrepreneurs is that they try first to sell before bringing value and creating the demand. People to want that product or service.
True.
And I was doing sometimes also myself, and I saw that it was the mistake. And the number one success was when I start just providing value, especially with my YouTube channel and other social media, by just giving value to the people. And then I had so much demand that I actually could not handle it. So I had to choose to build a team. So I would say that create value and then also create a team, because alone you cannot make it. You may be super smart, genius, etc., but it's impossible to make it.
It's impossible. We have a limited time.
Exactly. And I remember I was doing my the videos myself on YouTube and edited myself, and the editing was obviously poor. I did not have such a good camera and all that stuff. And everything changed when I built the team, and I have 14 people handling my content. Every single day. Everybody is remotely. Some is in Greece, some is in UK, and some are here also in Dubai. And I work also from anywhere in the world, because it's a remote job as well.
That's amazing.
Running my business.
So now you have 14 people working with you for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, only for the YouTube channel, and then, but I would say that even before creating the value, the number one thing that people should start is, again, about thinking what they want exactly and put it down. And because I believe that you can have only as much money as you want to have, or you are preparing your space to have it.
It's true.
And I see that sometimes when I had suddenly money, a bit more money that I was expecting, I was seeing sometimes that I would lose that money. I would lose maybe because I would lose a flight ticket, or I would do a wrong investment at that time or something. Yeah.
Okay.
And I see also so many times people losing actually money when they suddenly had, because they would sell an apartment, or would sell something, they would have suddenly some money, and they would lose it to a scam or a bad investment because they were never prepared.
They were not prepared
to manage that money. And I will go a bit deeper. And actually, this one I developed myself in the last month, just to go a bit deeper in this one. Yeah, because I reread the book Think and Grow Rich, and I read also some other books, and I was trying to evaluate all the proper data, and I was like this. Okay, if I have today $1 billion, what exactly I would do with this $1 billion? You know, and I see that I had not actually a plan.
You should have a plan.
Yeah, I did not have actually exactly where
did you design your dream car?
Every money.
Did you design your dream car?
I did that, but listen. So then I start putting down like this much money is going to do this. I'm going to do that thing and that thing and that thing, and then I start organizing.
Yeah.
And when I did this, suddenly I saw money coming in and new deals coming in. Suddenly I saw money flowing from different directions that I was not even expecting. Yeah. So everything changed when I prepared my mind and tried and make it even more exactly where this money is going to
because
to go,
when you write it down, when you meet some people, they might help you with your ideas. You start to talk about it.
Yeah. Also that one as well. Yeah.
Because everything comes from our ideas. And there's a saying, it says, put yourself close with successful people and entrepreneurs, then the conversation will be different.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's another successful action, which I believe it's very important to for people to know, especially for people who want to start business and wants to make money, is the inner cycle. If you don't have people who talk about money, you're not going to make money.
Exactly. If you just have people who to go for shopping every single day, how do you become a billionaire? It's impossible. Yeah, exactly. You're right. So just recently, who introduced you the book Think and Grow Rich?
I have read that since 2011. I just wanted to go now again because I look what is most valuable. There is a lot of books right now out in the market, and some books I do believe that confuse people. Yeah, and we should have a critical thinking when we read the data. You know, there's a lot of value in the market, and actually, the knowledge about business, success, money, and everything, it's already available in every corner and different shapes. You know, if you want writing or listening, as you said, from YouTube, you can find different ways. But for example, I read another book. I don't want to name it because I don't want to kind of, do bad advertisement or something.
But you think some of the books are misleading people?
Yeah. For example, one of the financial books that I read is that it was really giving some value about risk management and how people get too greedy about their investments and they don't take risk management, which is true. I looked at what people do. And I looked at myself sometimes in the past that I was pretty greedy and I was not taking risk management. I say, okay, this is really true what he's saying. It's good. But then when I continue, and by the way, this book has like millions of copies sold, I was like, this book is not really valuable after the half of it, because it looks like the author was so much confused about the money and he was communicating confusion. And then I read another book of Tony Robbins, and I made a video, so now I will speak freely because I already a video on my channel. I read this book, Unshakable. Okay. So, and I made a video.
Unshakable.
Yeah, I read this book and say, guys, I do not recommend this book. I don't care if Tony Robbins is, so big and so, etc. He's a good guy, and he definitely has a lot of value. And I don't disagree with many of things that he say. But what he's suggesting in his book is just another Warren Buffett thing. And guess what? He came up a month ago with a new interview and saying that he have now a new strategy actually, and that the number one investment that he find out after an interview with Ray Dalio is in the private equity. So he wrote another book with that one. And I was like, yeah, I was right, So sometimes it takes also courage to disagree with people.
Someone, yes.
Yeah, but that's not bad because, and And that sometimes it helps you also to evaluate and to find the best value, what is there in the space, because there's so much information, so much data, books, videos, podcasts, so much stuff there that you can be lost. You don't have a critical thinking and to judge also what you see, not just to adopt it. I just wanted to quickly tell you a quick story about a friend here in Dubai, which I helped him to start reading books, and he became a millionaire in 2023 in Dubai. Yeah. So it's a very interesting story. We're friends since I came here in Dubai. And I remember last November, I met with him and he told me that he's reading the book, Poor Dad and Rich Dad.
Rich Dad, yeah.
And he was telling me that he don't want to read it fast because he's enjoyed so much and he wants to read a piece every day.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you should finish that very fast and read many more books.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, and he came to my apartment and we read together some books. And after that, he found that he can also do it as audiobook as you recommended.
Yeah.
He was doing from this audiobook from Amazon, I think, when he has all the books there. Another way, and it's actually, I think, with $20 per month or something to do this. So you can read like so many books, listening to these books. So he started listening to these books, and a book you can finish in like 5, 6, 7 hours, entire book if you listen to it, faster than reading it. And this guy, he read in total more than 75 books last year. He was like walking every day, listening to these books. And when I came now in December, he actually showed his bank account and that he became
And what does
a
he
millionaire.
do, if you don't mind?
He works in an investment bank.
Investment banks.
So I don't know if he wants to, to say this publicly. That's why I'm not saying his name. But probably maybe in the future he can come to this podcast.
Yeah, we would love to have him on board with us. Maybe I do a podcast with him if you can invite him. Because I think books, now because with TikTok, with Instagram, all the information is like 30 seconds maximum. But I think reading books or listen to the full audio books is really, really helpful because
it's necessary. And there are books, for example, as I say, Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad and Poor Dad, and Blue Ocean Strategy, 48 Laws of Power, Success Habits. There are some books like written from successful people, the most successful people on this planet. And if you read these books, and some for sales, finance, etc., it's impossible not to change your financial condition.
It has to be changed. To be changed because everything will be in your mind, and then literally you are rewrite your knowledge.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming to our show. And can you give us a list of the books? And then by the end of the podcast, we will have the list to our audience. So maybe our audience can also learn.
Sure. So let's put the link down below with a watch list with all the books from Amazon that they can find.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming with us. Thank you.